Joel here with Bodycam Breakdown TV. Today's footage comes from Midwest Safety. I'll link the full video below if you want to watch it start to finish. What starts as a routine shoplifting investigation at a Lululemon store in Waukegan, Illinois, quickly turns into something far more bizarre. As Lake County officers begin questioning the suspect, the situation keeps taking unexpected turns, and the deeper they dig, the stranger the encounter becomes. The breakdown starts now.
Could you tell me your name, ma'am?
Shaquille, S-H-E-K-Y-A. What's the problem?
All right, I got to see your driver's license.
You got keys in the car?
Yeah.
Don't close the door.
Don't close the door.
Don't close the door.
Okay.
You hit me. That's battery of peace officer. Step out.
I'm not.
Okay.
Just grab your purse. Step out of the vehicle. Step out of the vehicle, ma'am. I'm not going to ask you again.
Okay.
Step out.
Okay.
Step out of the car.
Pay attention to how the officer lays everything out right here. Before anything escalates, they're giving the suspect a chance to understand exactly why they're being stopped.
Listen, ma'am. I just need you to relax. Okay?
I'm just putting on my pants.
I
I want y'all to
understand.
know that.
Listen. I'm just going to run this, okay? We've gotten a lot of complaints from this store about thefts, okay? The vehicle matches the description of the vehicle that's been constantly robbing this place, okay?
Robbing?
Yes, ma'am. Listen. There's a couple things we have to verify first.
Okay.
You understand?
That's
All right, so I just need you to take a deep breath. Calm down.
Notice how the officer keeps pressing with questions here. Even without Miranda being read yet, officers can still ask questions during an investigation. But whether those answers can later be used in court depends on the situation.
Ma'am, we have to kind of ask you these questions first, okay? Because there's a lot of implications to what can and cannot happen, you know what I mean?
Okay.
That's why we have to run our course and why we approach you in the manner that we did, okay?
Okay.
All right? This is an identification card. This isn't a driver's license. You're aware of that, right?
Yeah.
You understand that it's an ID card, not a driver's license. And you drove here.
Yes.
Okay, you understand how none of this is making sense to us?
Watch how the officer's tone starts to change here. Once answers stop lining up, these encounters can shift from a voluntary conversation into a detention where the person is no longer free to leave.
You don't have a driver's license, you drove here, you parked in the handicap spot.
I apologize.
I mean, it's not something to apologize, we're just trying to understand the train of thought. You understand what I'm saying?
I was just trying to go in and out, and that's it.
I'm letting you know right now, at the moment you're detained, okay? You're not free to go. Right? I need you to understand that. Okay? Because if you had decided to start the vehicle and drive off...
Why would I drive off if y'all right here? I wasn't going to drive
because you were
off.
trying to get into the vehicle, you know what I mean?
You asked me to get my ID.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Watch what happens once the officers explain the detention here. By this point, it already seems like they believe she's directly connected to the investigation, and the moment she starts distancing herself from the vehicle, their attention shifts even harder onto the details.
But you don't have to sit inside the vehicle for that, you know what I mean?
I wasn't going
It's okay. Just give us a second, all right?
But what am I being detained for?
Because we have an ongoing active investigation regarding the Lululemon, this vehicle that matches the exact same description. Right?
But is it the exact same, like...
It's the vehicle.
It's the vehicle
in question.
Pay attention to her response after the officer brings up the vehicle. When someone immediately tries to separate themselves from it, officers usually see that as a sign there's more to the story than what's being said up front.
Okay, but this is not my vehicle. This is my...
I understand that.
Can y'all grab my phone for me so I could call somebody then?
Just give us a second.
Okay. Come on, sit down.
You can have a seat on the curb if you would like. Yeah.
So wait, you can't sit down then, right?
Huh?
So you had that procedure done? Can you sit down?
Yeah, I could sit down, but like on like some stove.
The subjects that were attached, did they come back to anything else? We're still checking. Definitely.
Mike, are you going to be good out here? Can I go back in the store?
Yeah. Okay.
Let me just go inside real quick.
Watch what happens when the officer comes back outside with the photo. Before this moment, he had already gone inside the store to speak with employees and get an image of the suspected shoplifter to compare face to face.
So,
They tell me I'm being detained.
Yeah, that's right.
yo, yeah, that's definitely her. We got her.
I'm not going nowhere, I promise you.
Yeah, it's a positive idea. Okay, it's a positive idea. I'm going to detain her right now. Ma'am, I need you to step over here, please. I need you to step over here.
Rescue.
I'm sorry.
You're fine?
I'm saying to him, he's looking like...
Oh.
You're detained at this moment.
Watch her reaction once the officers tell her she's going in handcuffs. Something about the way this shifts right here makes it feel like the situation is about to get a lot more difficult for everyone involved.
Stand up.
Stand up, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm not going to ask again.
Okay.
Turn around.
Okay.
Okay. Can I put this back?
Face him. Face him.
Okay.
Turn around right now.
Face me.
I'm facing you.
Back a little bit so I can shut the door.
No, you're not doing this. You're not doing this. Mike, grab her. No.
Come on.
We gotta pull him.
Oh my God.
Investigators later identified the woman as Kata Terry, and records show this was far from her first encounter involving theft and fraud-related allegations. Years before this Lululemon incident, Terry had already been tied to multiple cases in Indiana involving fraudulent financial activity, retail theft investigations, and confrontations with law enforcement during attempted arrests. Back in 2015, when Terry was 21 years old, police were called to a Walgreens after employees reported suspicious activity involving prepaid and gift cards. According to investigators, officers discovered dozens of MasterCard and Visa gift cards inside her purse during the investigation. After being detained, Terry reportedly complained of severe pain and told officers she was pregnant, leading authorities to transport her for medical treatment. But during that ambulance ride, the situation allegedly took another dramatic turn when she jumped from the vehicle while being transported. Authorities say officers and medics had to physically restrain her, and during that struggle she allegedly struck one of the responding officers. Medical staff later determined she was not pregnant. Prosecutors eventually charged her with multiple felony offenses connected to fraud, resisting, identity deception, and battery. Court records show she later accepted a plea agreement, pleading guilty to a fraud-related charge while the remaining counts were dropped. She ultimately received a jail sentence of roughly 9 months. Then, only a couple years later in 2017, Terry was once again accused in another major retail theft case, this time involving more than $1,000 in merchandise allegedly taken from a Dick's sporting goods store in Indiana. According to police reports, the encounter escalated rapidly once officers arrived. Investigators claimed Terry fled the scene in a stolen vehicle and allegedly drove directly toward officers while attempting to escape, at one point reportedly striking a police vehicle during the incident. Prosecutors filed a long list of felony charges connected to the case, including attempted murder allegations, resisting law enforcement, attempted theft, and attempted battery with a deadly weapon tied to the vehicle. Court records later show Terry entered another plea agreement in that case as well. She pleaded guilty to resisting law enforcement, along with 2 counts of attempted battery with a deadly weapon, while several of the more serious charges were dismissed as part of the deal. She was ultimately sentenced to 7 years in prison. Records indicate she was released in July of 2024, almost exactly 7 years after entering custody. Joel here with Bodycam Breakdown TV. If you want more real-world breakdowns like this, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss what's next.